Okay. There's that. Okay. Our bitrate is much more stable now. Um, good. Okie doke. So, um, I'm gonna get to Avowed as quick as I can here, but I have to do this real quick because I was watching um Maya Danny earlier. Uh, and there was a long conversation on her stream about uh who was conventionally attractive. Um, her and her fiance both were taking different parts of this argument, and chat was weighing in, and I was just a little bit flustered because I felt like no, like neither her nor her fiance quite like got what the idea of um conventionally attractive, uh what people mean when they say conventionally attractive, right? Because like she was swearing up and down that Jeff Goldblum was not conventionally attractive, and like everyone in chat was like, yes, absolutely, 100% he is. And even as someone that is a trans woman that is not attracted to men, yeah, Jeff Goldblum is attractive. Um, his he's attractive looks wise, but he's also attractive because of his uh just extreme charisma, right? But but okay, I was like, you know, instead of using like super high profile celebrities, let's look at cast members of Dropout, right? Um, I don't know if I'm gonna look at all of them, but like, okay, so Alexis Rhiannon here, she's pretty. Um, I would say she's probably like a lot of people would probably say she's attractive, but I wouldn't say she fits the definition of conventionally attractive. I'm not going to go over all the reasons why, because I don't think that's like a great thing to do. And also I'm not like a person that like, I am by no means someone that I would say fits the bill of like conventionally attractive. Um, so I don't think I'm in like have any place to be like uh nitpicking other people's appearance. That's not like the point. Um, but like I don't think she fits like the bill of conventionally attractive. Um, Ellie Beardsley is another one that's like um she's a little bit harder because she is going for the whole sort of androgynous look. Um, and in that sense, she's a little bit more conventionally attractive. Well, I shouldn't say she. They are. They use they them pronouns. Um, they are a little bit more visually attractive. Um, so like Anna Garcia is a very good example of someone that I would say is conventionally attractive. Like they fit all of the quote unquote check boxes of like what you would expect like a conventionally attractive person would um look like. The one that has always baffled me um and I'm like it has to be something about his charisma and the way he conducts himself. Um, Even though even there I do not understand it. Is if I can get it to come up here. Grant O'Brien. I do not understand. Like he has so many stories of like dating a ton of people, having a ton of like hooking up a ton. I mean, he is a bisexual man, I believe, and um, but he um like he is not. I mean, he's not a bad looking guy, but he's also not like the kind of guy, especially like when he smiles and shows his teeth. He is very much like kind of very big teeth and stuff, which I know can be like a turn off for some people. So that was like something I was always like interested in, like the fact that he had so many, like vastly so many stories. Um, I don't know. I'm not really gonna go into anything else anymore here. Um, that's not really the point. I was just like I found that conversation interesting because I'm like the thing about I'm like I think when people say conventionally attractive they mean like there's a sort of like an idea of came over here for a reason. If I can remember what that reason was, that would be great. Um, don't really know. Why am I over here? Frieren is a great anime. And it's gonna be on Netflix now, apparently. Okay. I think this is someone that like I tried to like a billion bajillion years ago. And now they make content that is very different from when I first subscribed to them. Because this is my primary YouTube channel, not the one that I actually upload things to in relation to my Twitch. This is the one that I've had since high school. And I don't know, like, here's the thing, right? Okay, so Monster Hunter Wilds comes out on Friday. Very excited for it. I hope that I can stream it. But, but, the big but of the whole thing is, um, I don't know how well it's going to perform on my computer. According to the benchmark, it should perform pretty well. But according to the review I watched today, the performance can vary wildly depending on, not just depending on your PC, but even on PCs with the same specs. Like they had a bunch of PCs that were all running 4080 graphics cards, the same CPUs, Intel i9 CPUs, like pretty powerful computers, and some were running the game pretty much flawlessly, no issues. And other ones were kind of struggling, having some issues. And there didn't seem to really be much of an explanation as to why. Um, and these were all running just like at 1080p because the high quality texture pack wasn't available for review. Which means like your 2K, 4K textures. Which I'm not going to download because I only have a 1080p display. So why would I? That's just a bunch of extra space on my hard drive that I don't need to use up. Yeah, I have no idea why I came over to YouTube. I felt like I had something to show, but I honestly cannot think of why. Um, Only thing I do want to show. Okay, there's a game that I'm pretty excited for. Comes out next month. And it's one. I don't know how much. I'm trying to. What's the roster looking? Here's the system review trailer. Release date trailer. Release date trailer is probably a decent one to look at. I don't know if I'll just play through the story mode of this, which goes through the Arrancar arc. Up through the Arrancar arc. At least up through the fight between... Well, no, it has to go... I think it goes all the way through the Arrancar arc because there's the fake Karakura town and everything. I was going to say it at least goes through Ichigo's fight with Okiura, but it's exciting because the story mode is going to have like boss characters that you fight that aren't part of the roster for like the online multiplayer, and I don't know if there's a local versus. Probably not, because most fighting games don't have that anymore. But I'm trying to... I might pull up the full roster that they've revealed so far. But it's like pretty stacked and a lot bigger than people were originally thinking. Oh, yo, cool. And then the kind of crazy thing is they are doing for DLC, they're doing 1,000 Year Blood War characters. So I'm assuming that they're just adding characters and not adding any more like story mode content. Because they're also doing like the story that covers up through the Arrancar arc that covers like the actual anime content, and then they're doing the they're doing like an original story that's original to the game, but it was written by what is it? It was written by Kubo. Yeah. What is it? Oh, okay. It's just an announcement for a tournament. There was... I think it's a game that Bandai Namco did. I think. Maybe. It was another anime game, I know that. The one that kind of baffled my mind a little bit was they released a next gen version announcement trailer for Pirate Warriors 4 for like the PS5 and Xbox S and X. About 2 weeks ago now, they released this trailer. This game is almost 5 years old. And so they're releasing it again on next gen platforms. Unfortunately, I don't think people that bought it on PS4 and stuff will be able to just upgrade, as far as I was able to tell. But the crazy thing is they're also going to release even more characters and stuff for it. Which is like insane. And people are just like, it's kind of nuts because people are like, why? When are we gonna get a Pirate Warriors 5 ever? Like, it just seems like they just keep adding to Pirate Warriors 4, and why not just make a Pirate Warriors 5? Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute here. What is this? Oh geez, I just realized none of the audio from the window has been from the videos has been playing on the stream. Samurai Pizza Cats is a real old show, and apparently it's getting a video game. And it's up to you, the player, to stop him from taking over Little Tokyo. Switch between your favorite cats, Speedy, Guido, and Polyester, and get ready for some nostalgic pepperoni action. So put on your best pajamas, because we're going to party like it's 1991 with the return of the Samurai Pizza Cats. That's a show. I was born in the 90s and I don't remember that show. Okay, anyway. Let's look up Bleach Rebirth of Souls Ross. Go to the character roster. Whatever. I don't think they have announced the final well, that's not where I wanted to go. Clicked on World of the Living and then it just brought me back here. Gundam Seed Battle Destiny Remastered. Ooh. Now this game. Oh boy. Okay. I'm getting distracted, but also this game I'm so excited for. I can't wait. I've been waiting for a new Digimon story game for so long. I love Digimon. It looks awesome. You can ride Digimon. I just saw briefly the announcement trailer. I mean, the announcement trailer was cool, but you didn't get to see a whole lot. I'm just very excited. Journey between the parallel human world and the digital world, Iliad. Yes, that makes sense that it would be Iliad. The the name because it's based around stories based around the Olympus 12 Digimon, which are all based on the Greek gods, even though some of them have the Roman god name. I will admit, some Digimon shit is really dumb. Like some of the names, stupid. Some some shit is just like kind of dumb. What I want though, I want a game that takes like Digimon storytelling, and battles and stuff, and then um fuses it with a Digimon World style game in the form of um in the form of like how you can kind of like build up a town and stuff in that game. Hmm. Well, it doesn't seem that Bandai Namco's website works properly. What if I open that in a new tab? Is it still going to take... Yeah, it still takes me to... Okay. Character roster. Takes me to this page. So that's no help. Let's just go to another article then. No, I don't want notifications from your web. And I will not turn off ad blocker, even though it doesn't block all the ads. So we got Ichigo. You've got Ichigo. We got base form Ichigo from like the beginning of the show. Got Ichigo once he's achieved Bankai. Got Rukia. Got Uryu. Got Byakuya. We got Yoroichi. Chad. Urahara. Gin. Rangiku. Toshiro. Kenpachi. Okiura. Kaname. Soifon. Renji. Kira. Izuru. Nell. Grimjow. Mayori. Sosuke. Aizen. Genryosai Yamamoto. Shinji Hirako. Seizoporo. Junsui. Komamura. Isagi. And then there are some that they're missing on this yet that have also been revealed. Pull up over here. There's Stark, Alabel. His name I have no idea. What's his name? Notiora, Tora, Ikaku. So how many is that? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. And the only major characters that I see missing from that are go over here, go to um, Shinigami. I don't think we have had back through these. Make sure. I don't think we have been. Wish this was organized better. Well, let's look good at the visor. So the only visor we have is Shinji Hirako. Technically, we have Hiyori because Hiyori like is connected to one or two of his attacks, which I know some people were very disappointed by. I kind of get it because at the time of like the point of the anime that the game like goes up through it it will only like they kind of uh tag team a little bit, but makes sense. But there's no hint of love, Mashiro, Kensei, Rojiro, Hachigen, or Lisa. Uh, Anywhere on the roster. So, um, oh, I guess, yeah. Because I remember playing Bleach the Third Phantom on the DS, and I was like, their visor. And I'm like, oh, I guess, yeah, they do get holified. Technically, they gain hollow powers. Um, Or I guess, no, maybe not. Maybe that's just, maybe I'm just not looking at anything correctly. Shinigami hybrid. All spirits with you. Let's see. Wish this was organized via like anything at all. Like family or rank or um okay. Uh okay, so he's a pretty notable exception that hasn't been included yet. He's one of the 13 captains. At least at the start of Bleach, he eventually gets replaced. But he's one I would expect to probably be on the roster. She is a pretty important one. She's also one of the captains that is not yet on the roster. Um, like I said, some of the other visored, I would at least expect like maybe a couple other ones. Even if they paired them up, like Kensei and Mashiro, you could probably pair up, like have Kensei be the main one, with Mashiro being like part of an attack. Um, the only one I'm not sure is really you could pair any of these three with Lisa, in my opinion. But then the other two that are left don't really make sense to pair together. Is the only problem. But do something like that, and then these are all a bunch of filler characters, so they won't be on the roster at all. So those are like the big admissions or the visors and those couple of captains, and then there are a couple of Arankar yet that are not. Um, that are not uh on the roster that I would expect to be. I mean, there are a lot of ones that would be cool if they were on the roster. But I don't think they will be because like we haven't seen any non Espada on the roster, I don't think, aside from Nell. And she is a former Espada. Um so who do we have left? Beragon. Is an Espada. It's pretty like big, important. Yami is an Espada, and he's like he is like kind of important in the story, but he also is like I'm not sure how you would design him as a fighter in this game. So maybe they could potentially just like um have him be, I could see them doing him as like a large boss that you fight in the story mode. Um and not in the like he's not on the actual roster. Um believe Araniero. Yes. Araniero is a Espada. He would be one that's kind of difficult to do. Um, I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember what his power is. The only thing I really remember about him is that he like took on the face of someone from Rukia's past and like kind of like tortured her mind that way. But like beyond that, I don't really remember much about him. So maybe they could do him. And then this guy they haven't done either, and he's also an Espada. Um, I don't know how. I know that's his like released form. Um, I don't know if it's anything too crazy to adapt, because like the way that they're kind of doing it is like all the characters are very like they fit into archetypes, but they're all like unique and they have like fighting styles that um match with their uh like their power set. Um and they usually, if they have like some sort of transformation or power up form or something, they usually get that as a like a release state sort of thing that they can do. There is one Iran car. Oh, there she is. She's not an Espada or anything. I was just like, there's one Iran card that I know is in the anime, and she's canon. She's not like a filler or anything. But I don't see her here. There she is. Okay. But I don't think there would be anyone else because the Quincy's are mostly Thousand Year Blood War characters. Because prior to that, you pretty much just had Uryu and his father, Ryuken, was sometimes mentioned, but not a lot. Um, yeah, all these other ones are just Thousand Year Blood War. Um, and I don't think there's gonna be any regular hollows that like are playable characters. There'll be some that you fight as bosses and stuff in the early game. I don't know if they're gonna be like I don't know exactly how the story mode is gonna play. Um, human. The only one of the humans that we haven't had announced as a playable character, um, that might be is Orihime, but she's mainly a healer in the show, with some like defensive capabilities and some very minor offensive capabilities. So I don't know that she will be a playable character. But she could be. She could be. Fullbringers. We won't get because that takes place after the Rankar arc. The only one we're gonna have is Chad because technically, uh, he's a Fullbringer. We just didn't know that until uh after, like when the Fullbringers got introduced. And then we find out, oh yeah, he's actually a Fullbringer. Hmm. Right con. But Bleach is one of those anime where it's like, and manga where it's like, it was not, like, it was one of the big three back in the day with One Piece and Naruto. But it was like very much like the awkward middle child of the three, where it was like, oh yeah, it's part of the big three, but it's clearly the most inferior one. Like it's the one that has the most uh plot holes and the most issues in character development and stuff, and like people have grown much more appreciation for it over the years. And if anything, I think the esteem for Naruto has lessened. Burn the Witch is a like spin-off that's had a few like one, not one shot chapters, but like a few chapters telling like some short stories of like a European branch of the Soul Society, uh, where instead of hollows and soul reapers, they have witches that fight dragons, uh, in a like a, but it's all like, it's implied that it's like this is very much like it's named like that, it's a branch of the Soul Society and stuff, so that it's meant to be a offshoot of the Soul Society and their whole deal. So kind of cool, and I hope that Kubo does some more with it at some point. I also hope there's, he released like one like anniversary chapter of Bleach that like set up like another arc to come for everything, and then has not done anything yet, which is obnoxious. Which is probably not true. He's probably been working behind the scenes on like a lot of stuff for it. Um, it's probably just nothing that he can announce or that like his people can announce. It's just like, as someone that's excited to see where it goes, it's like, come on, just give me something. Um, so that's a game I'm very excited for. Uh, Also, with the Monster Hunter Wilds thing, I am. I can't remember what time, but today, the 25th, um, it becomes available for preload at some point. So for people that have pre-ordered it on any platform, it's all platforms. Is it Monster Hunter? Not preloaf. Preload time. Okay, well now this is telling me it's tomorrow. Thing I saw earlier today said the 25th. This is saying the 26th. Well, it might be the 26th, which would make sense because I didn't understand how they're. Okay, so technically in exactly 24 hours from now. So it's going to be 9 p.m. Pacific time on the 25th, but it'll be 12 a.m. EST on the 26th. So it just depends on where you live in the world that you can start downloading it. And then it launches at for both consoles and PS uh and consoles and PC at 12 a.m. EST on the 28th. Or if you live on the West Coast, 9 p.m. PST on the 27th for the West Coast people. Interestingly, and this one doesn't make sense to me, and there are some other places where like the launch times differ some, and I don't know why exactly. I don't know if it has to do with local regulation regarding like unpacking file. I don't like that seems like ridiculous to me because I can't believe the government would have laws about that they would be that up to date on how things work. But like Mexico City, right? It is Central Time. Um, and so consoles, game goes live at 12 a.m. Central Time. Um, but for PC, it goes live at 11 p.m. Central Time, which would be roughly equivalent to midnight EST. But for consoles, they have to wait an extra hour. There. Over in Paris, consoles, it goes live at 12 a.m. their time, but PC doesn't go live until 6 a.m. their time. London, similar thing, 12 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. PC not till 5 a.m. Greenwich. Over in Seoul, Korea, consoles 12 a.m. Korean Standard Time. PC not until 2 p.m. Similar, same times for Japan. Just it's Japan standard. Um, New Zealand, you've got over in New Zealand for consoles it goes live at 12 a.m. New Zealand time. I don't know what it's NZDT. I don't know what that stands for. I don't know if it stands for New Zealand Daylight Time or what it stands for. And then PC it goes live, doesn't go live till 6 p.m. over there. So I don't know why there are things like that going on. It seems like pretty much every country except for the US, that's the situation, whether it's like console goes live at like 12 a.m. that time, and then PC doesn't go live until sometime later that day. And I don't know if that's to try and maybe not overload the servers. Could be. Um, but all up in North America, we get, well, not all of North America, Mexico, a little different, a little bit strange, because it does have a different time for the console and PC. But both Canada and US, we get our console and PC release at the same time. So, regardless, a lot of people are going to be playing. I expect there to probably be server issues on the first day to some extent. And that's why I will probably not connect to any lobby on the first day. I'll probably just play solo. Doesn't net like the Monster Hunter games of late do not necessarily have a dedicated offline mode, but they have like a way that you can select things so that um you are words so that you are words so that you're essentially playing offline, or so that if like the server disconnects, I think if the server does disconnect, you um do go to an offline sort of situation. I don't remember exactly. I do know you don't like have to be online to play that, that. So that's good. Okay. So close that. I'll finish up. I'm gonna launch Avowed. Gonna get into Avowed. Uh, 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 what? 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 The, the data we have in the cloud is different from the data on this device. Which one do you want to use? The one on this device. Sunday, February 23rd, 2025 at 10:36 p.m. 3.4 megabytes. That says it's the older one. The one in the cloud, newer. Sunday, February 23rd, 2025, 10:36 p.m. 3.4 megabytes. I think they are both the same. Or if not, they are like seconds apart. Um, me. Ugh. So chilly. Also comfortable in my chair. Okay. So, as I said on my stream earlier today, when I was playing Final Fantasy, um, well, technically yesterday now, I did play the game a little bit off stream. Um, I just wanted to play, and I didn't have um a lot. So I did some side quest stuff. A lot of side quest stuff. Didn't continue the main story at all. Um did some exploring. And that's kind of where we are currently. I don't know why. Let me try and turn that down a little bit. Ooh, we good? I think, well, I just need out of the city so that I can teleport back to the second area. Because the first area, I just came back to the first area to give a map to Sansa. Everything there looks One way. As it turns out. Maybe. If I'm smart. Oh, I do need. Whisper. I change how I do audio. For some reason, I did that. I'll just pull that up there. Turn it way down.
Envoy.
Who are you?
I speak for Paradise. That is all you need to know.
Uh-huh.